This has happened a few years ago when I was around 15, after me and my parents had moved into an old neighborhood in a fairly rural area. Near our house there was a large woods and a lake which all the neighborhood kids swam in during summertime. Tap, tap, tap. I woke up groggily to the sound of 3 taps on my bedroom window. I rolled over and reached for my phone. The time stared back at me, 1:11 a.m. I laid in my bed for a moment before deciding to go back to sleep and ignoring the tapping, as I figured it was probably just the branches from a nearby tree hitting the glass. Tap, tap, tap. I was startled awake again by the same 3 taps, but they were harder this time. I stared at the window curiously for a moment before reading the time of my dimly lit phone once more. 2:22 a.m. Weird, I thought to myself before fixing my gaze back on the window. Tap, tap, tap. 3 more loud taps sounded at my window. I sat up slowly. The tree outside stood perfectly still, no breeze to move the branches. I stood up and walked towards my window slowly, despite every fiber of my body telling me not to go any closer and looking back on it. I wish I had listened to my instinct, because there perched on a tree branch just out of view from where I would have been sat in my bed was the lifeless body of a young girl who I recognized as one of my neighbor's children who had gone missing over a week ago. As I stared in horror at the scene, I noticed a thin string tied to the girl's wrist, and as I stared at it, the string was pulled and the girl's arm raised slowly. When the string was released, her limp hand hitting the glass, the string and her wrist rose and fell 2 more times, creating the familiar tap, tap, tap I had been hearing all night. I bolted into my parents' bedroom in terror and woke them up with tears in my eyes as my mom called the police. My dad came back to my room to look, only to find the girl's body was missing. All that was left was a bloody piece of string hanging from a higher branch and a trail of flattened glass with a blood that glistened in the moonlight from where I assumed the body had been dragged away into a nearby tree line. The police arrived half an hour later and a huge search party began, but they never found the girl's body, and I'm not sure if the girl's family got any answer. Me and my parents moved out of that town a few years ago, but the image of the girl is embedded in my memory, and sometimes, I swear, I can still hear the same tap, tap, tap on my window at night.